So I have a question. What is your sign and what is your job? Because I was thinking about this as I was talking to a friend about my dating history. And I have dated 3 Cancers, all of which were in the military or some branch of the military. And that got me thinking of a conversation that was had while I was in Nightlight Astrology's Year 2 program, I do believe. But essentially the speaker was saying clients of his, he's noticed that the ones that are Scorpios or have heavy Scorpio like influence or placements are usually in some sort of defense profession. And this makes sense because that's naturally part of Scorpio's energy, is that defense, that intuition to predict things before things go wrong. And that can turn into its shadow side of paranoia. And so as I was talking to this friend about Cancers that I've dated, I was like, I really usually wouldn't associate Cancers and Scorpios like being in the same field at all, because stereotypically they give off very different vibes. But thankfully we know that charts make everybody a bit more complex. But it also makes sense about why Cancers in general, I'm not saying this for all Cancers, but why the Cancers I've dated have been in the military at some point of their life, because Cancer has to do with like homeland and just kind of home and security, as well as patriotism. So literally homeland security. So makes sense. But then I got to thinking about my job as an astrologer and tarot reader. I'm a Pisces, and that makes sense. It's the mysticism of it all. And so I'm really curious to know, what is your job, and do you think that it fits in with your sun sign or any heavy influence that you might have in your chart? And listen, we are going to keep this very simple, because while some of you might be experts in astrology, I get that. I know that we love to have our astrologically savvy conversations, but I want everybody to be included in this conversation. So we are not going to be talking about 10th house stuff or like other placements that you could find in your chart. I want this to be an accessible conversation for everybody. So we're going to keep it that way. And then maybe one of these days I'll make a Discord where all of us astrologically savvy people can have this conversation.